To tell the truth, I'd finished this video all about Acton Town station on the London Underground. But while doing so, I noticed, on an older map, something notable. This is an Ordnance Survey map of the area, which would become Acton Town, and dating from the late 1860s. Notice the number of features marked as fish ponds. As the suburb of Acton Town developed, it was evidently very bad news if you were a fish. It would have been carnage as your pond, with fishy ancestors stretching back generations, was filled in and built over. Nearly all of these bodies of water, and saying this is only one left within Gunnersbury Park, well, they've all gone. And this was true all over the UK. Former ponds have gone. Rotten luck for frogs, amphibians, and all the bird life and mammals which fed on them. Which is maybe why the skies and countryside are a lot quieter now. Anyhow, on that morbid note, back to Acton Town. Maybe, just maybe, I was being a little bit ingenious there, showing the ponds of the 19th century area of Middlesex countryside at Mill Hill. The District Railway opened another station called Mill Hill, well, Mill Hill Park, nowhere near what we now know as Mill Hill. And the district opened their Mill Hill Park station near the hamlet of Gunnersbury on the 1st of July 1879, and the fact it's near Gunnersbury will crop up later in another bit of confusion. Anyway, Mill Hill Park was a terminus station on the railway until they extended lines out to Hounslow Town in 1883 and to Park Royal and Twyford Abbey in 1903. The reason that the name Mill Hill Park was chosen for the new station was that there was an absolute proliferation of Mill Hill names in the area, as can be seen. And given the sheer amount of Acton station names in every variation of compass directions, Mill Hill was a better name. But not a perfect name since, as was pointed out, there was already a Mill Hill elsewhere. An even better name for the new station would have been Gunnersbury. During the Victorian era, the centre of that place was just along the lane and marked here on the map. It was someone's mad idea to name a new station in Chiswick as Gunnersbury. That was nowhere near the original village. Such are the shenanigans of London station naming. The new station was built at the corner of Bollow Lane and Gunnersbury Lane. The fantastic Gunnersbury Court was put up next to the station. The area to the northeast of the station became well-to-do. Mill Hill House and its grounds were purchased in 1877, and a gated private estate, quite novel for the times, was established there. The area to the southeast of the station became working class. On the corner of Enfield Road and Bollow Lane was a gelatin works, very smelly, and a mixture of terraces and works developed in the area. The original 1879 station was rebuilt in 1910 and renamed Acton Town. The Piccadilly line began serving the station on the 4th of July 1932, and the famed transport architect Charles Holden designed a new station employing a modern European style with brick reinforced concrete and glass. Well, that's enough from me. Let's continue to tell the story of Acton Town through the medium of pictures and dance. No, not dance, music. Music.
From the time we wake up until we go to bed, all of us face certain hazards, but we survive them. We don't get hurt or killed simply because we know the ordinary dangers and avoid them. We don't normally fall down staircases. We don't normally cross the road, except at a crossing. We don't normally fall from dizzy heights if our job takes us to such places. And in spite of the 1,001 dangers of the teeming city, most of us continue to enjoy life. Our jobs in London transport are no more dangerous than any others, provided we go about them in the right way, with care and common sense, and the right amount of knowledge. Every railway system has its permanent way. There may be one or more tracks. Here's a bit of London Transport's permanent way. On the extreme left is the space between the sleeper ends and the cable, called the cess. Here, safety from traffic can normally be obtained. Next comes a track known as a 4-foot way. Then a space, the 10-foot way. Here, men can move about with reasonable safety and find stacking room clear of passing trains. Then another track, or 4-foot way. Traffic direction on these two left-hand tracks is indicated by the arrow. The left-hand tracks are separated from the right-hand tracks by a 6-foot way. Then, as before, a 4-foot way, a 10-foot way, a 4-foot way, and a cess. The arrow shows the direction of the traffic. Anyone using the tracks should be certain of the direction of the traffic. Examination of the signals in the section is the simplest method. Obviously, the side you read faces the oncoming traffic, and practically every signal is placed directly alongside or above the track to which it applies. Where there are no signals, look at these wooden blocks or keys. Remember, they are usually inserted in the direction the traffic goes, so the traffic generally moves this way. Where traffic is dense, then a moment or two spent in intelligent observation will settle the question for you. At some places, London Transport's tracks are very close to British Railways' steam system. Steam can blot out your view. In such places, take extra care when moving about and in listening for warning signals. London Transport track is mostly electrified and consists of running rails, a positive conductor rail, and a negative conductor rail. Between the positive and negative rails there is a potential. That is to say, the current is always ready to pass from one rail to the other, or from either rail to earth, if it can find a path. Neither rail is harmless. On electrified track, a metal object such as a slewing bar handled carelessly can provide a path. So can a human body. When he walks on the track, he steps over all rails, not on them. And he steps short. When a train approaches, he turns to face it and stands motionless until it has passed. A good example. Follow it. In cases of extreme emergency, a lying down position in the 6-foot way will be safe. Much safer than stepping into the other 4-foot. But try not to have to do it. Dangers of a different kind exist in depots. This depot is a busy place and has a great deal of moving traffic. any London Transport employee in a depot for the first time, some of the traffic is unfamiliar, and therefore it is necessary to use greater caution than usual. Stationary trains, which look quite innocent just as long as they stay that way, can pack a terrific punch when they begin to move. You can't blame the driver. A wasteful and unnecessary accident which could have been avoided had the unfortunate man stopped just a moment to think and observe. Don't forget, danger lurks everywhere for the unwary. Nor is this an isolated case, for this sort of thing happens all too frequently. Taking a lift to the next job in this way is by no means a certain way of arriving there in one piece, particularly for this man. A sudden stop, a slip, either could have serious consequences for him. Whether in depots or out on the track, if you want to be safe, you must be alert and you must think ahead.
Blimey, the trolley's away! After it!
Come on! Bigger and more serious accidents arise from simple beginnings, beginnings which you can prevent. Always take time to think about any action which may place your person in danger.